Hey dude, sorry, that's making a noise opening the Kindle. I've tried, like yesterday, I tried playing around with a few settings, so hopefully the audio quality is going to be better now, like from now on. Currently painting my nails because I love having pretty nails so much. It's my most favorite thing. So I'm trying to paint them, but I thought I would do some more reading today. Yeah, so let's hope the audio quality is a bit better this time. And also, if there's a bit of a pause, it's because I will be doing my nails at the same time. Actually, I'm waiting for my left hand to dry at the moment, so maybe I'll be doing my nails at the same time. We'll see. Chapter 3. Alright, I said, looking at the clock. We have 1 minute until the bell. You know what that means. Lightning round, yelled my students. Life had changed surprisingly little since the announcement about the Petrova line. I don't know if I should sit closer to the mic. Wait, is this better? Because like the little thing on the app looks like it's better if I'm here. Okay. Whatever. We'll get back to it. The situation was dire and deadly, but it was also the norm. Londoners during the Blitz in World War II went about their day as normal, with the understanding that occasionally buildings get blown up. However, despite how things were, someone still had to deliver milk. And if Mrs. Macready's house got bombed in the night, well, you crossed it off the delivery list. So it was that, with the apocalypse looming, possibly caused by an alien life form, I stood in front of stood in front of a bunch of kids and taught them about basic science. Because what's the point of having a world if you're not going to pass it on to the next generation? The kids sat in the neat rows of desks facing the front, pretty standard stuff. But the rest of the room was like a mad scientist lab. I spent years perfecting the look. I had Jacob's ladder in one corner. I kept it unplugged so the kids didn't kill themselves. Along another wall was a bookshelf full of specimen jars of animal parts put in formaldehyde. Another jar was just spaghetti and boiled egg. The kids speculated on that one a lot. And gracing the centre of the ceiling was my pride and joy, a huge mobile that was a model of the solar system. Jupiter was the size of a basketball, while wee Mercury was as small as a marble. It had taken me years to cultivate a rep as the cool teacher. Kids are smarter than most people think, and they can tell when a teacher actually cares about them as opposed to when they're just going through the motions. Anyway, it was time for the lightning round. I grabbed a fistful of beanbags off my desk. So, what is the actual name of the North Star? Polaris, said Jeff. Correct. I threw a beanbag to him. Before I even caught it, I fired off the next question. What are three basic kinds of rocks? Igneous, sedentary, and metamorphic, yelled Larry, who was excited to say the least. So close, I said. Igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic, said Abby with a sneer. Pain in the ass, that one, but smart as a whip. Yes, I threw her a beanbag. What wave do you feel first during an earthquake? The P wave. the P wave. The P wave, Abby said. You again? I threw her a beanbag. What's the speed of light? 3 times 10 to. Abby began. See! Yelled Regina from the back. She really spoke up. Good to see her coming out of her shell. Sneaky, but correct. I chucked her a beanbag. I was answering first, Abby complained. But she finished her answer first, I said. What's the nearest star to Earth? Alpha Centauri, Abby said quickly. Wrong, I said. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. Anyone else? Oh, Larry said. It's the sun. Right, I said. Larry gets a beanbag. Careful with your assumptions. Hang on, the page is not loading. Abby. Careful with your assumptions, Abby. Also, Jesse's barking. Hope that's okay. I don't know if you can hear it in the recording, but he being naughty. Okay. She folded her arms in a huff. Who could tell me the radius of the Earth? Trang raised his hand. 3,900. Trang! Abby said. The answer is Trang. Trang froze in confusion. What? I asked. Abby preened. You asked who could tell you the radius of the Earth. Trang can tell you. I answered correctly. Outsmarted by a 13-year-old. Wasn't the first time. I dropped a beanbag on her desk just as the bell rang. The kids leapt from their chairs and collected their books and backpacks. Abby, flushed with victory, took a little more time than the others. Remember to cash in your beanbags at the end of the week for toys and other prizes, I said to their retreating backs. Soon the classroom was empty, and only the echoing sounds of children in the hallway suggested any evidence of life. I collected their homework assignments from my desk and slipped them into my valise. Don't know what that is. I'm assuming it's like a bag or something. Okay, sorry. Sixth period was over. Time to hit the teacher's lounge for a cup of coffee. Maybe I'd correct some papers before I headed home. Anything to avoid the parking lot. A fleet of helicopter mums would be descending on the school to pick up their children, and if one of them saw me, they always had some complaint or suggestion. I can't fault someone for loving their kids, and God knows we could do with more parents being engaged with their children's educations, but there's a limit. Ryland Grace, said a woman's voice. I looked up with a start. I hadn't heard her come in. She looked to be in her mid-40s, wearing a well-tailored business suit. She carried a briefcase. Oh, yeah, I said. Can I help you with something? I think you can, she said. She had a slight accent, something European. I couldn't put my finger on it. Oh, should I do a little accent? I don't know. I can't. I'll just keep reading normally. I'm sorry. Oh, this was like being very disruptive talking for me so far. I'll stay on track. Kidding. My name is Eva Scrat. I'm with the Petrova Task Force. The what? The Petrova Task Force. It's an international body set up to deal with the Petrova Line situation. I've been tasked with finding a solution. They've given me a certain amount of authority to get things done. They? Who's they? Every member of the UN. Wait, what? How did? Unanimous secret vote. It's complicated. I'd like to talk to you about a scientific paper you wrote. Secret vote? Never mind. I shook my head. My paper writing days are over. Academia didn't work well for me. You're a teacher. You're still in academia. Well, yeah, I said. But I mean, you know academia. With scientists and peer review and arseholes who get you kicked out of your own university? She raised an eyebrow. And who got you all your funding cut off and ensured you never got published again? Yeah, that. She pulled a binder out of her briefcase. She opened it and read the first page. An analysis of order-based assumptions and recalibration of expectations for evolutionary models. She looked up at me. You wrote this paper, yes? I'm sorry, but how did you get? A dull title, but very exciting content, I have to say. I set my valise on my desk. Look, I was in a bad place when I wrote that. Okay, I did enough of the research world, and that was sort of a kiss my butt goodbye. I'm much happier now as a teacher. She flipped a few pages. You spent years combating the assumption that life requires liquid water. You have an entire section here called The Goldilocks Zone is for Idiots. You call out dozens of eminent scientists by name and berate them for believing a temperature range is a requirement. Yeah, but your doctor is in molecular biology, correct? Don't most scientists agree that liquid water is necessary for life to evolve? They're wrong! I crossed my arms. There's nothing magical about hydrogen and oxygen. They're required for Earth life, sure, but another planet could have completely different conditions. All life is a chemical reaction that results in copies of the original catalyst, and you don't need water for that. I closed my eyes and took a deep breath and let it out. Anyway, I got mad and wrote that paper. Then I got a teaching credential, a new career, and started actually enjoying my life. So I'm glad no one believed me. I'm better off. I believe in you, she said. Thanks, I said. But I have papers to grade. Can you tell me why you're here? She put her binder back in her briefcase. You're aware of the Arclight probe and the Petrova line, I assume. I'd be a pretty lame science teacher if I wasn't. Do you think those dots are alive? She asked. I don't know. It could just be dust bouncing around in magnetic fields. I guess we'll find out when Arclight gets back to Earth. That's coming up, right? Just a few weeks from now. Returns on the 23rd, she said. Roscosmos will recover it from low Earth orbit with a dedicated Soyuz mission. I nodded. Then we'll know soon enough. The most brilliant minds in the world will look at them and find out what they're about to do. Who's going to do that? Do you know? You, she said. You're going to do it. I stared blankly. She waved her hand in front of my face. Hello? You want me to look at the dots? I said. Yes. The whole world put you in charge of solving the problem, and you came directly to a junior high school science teacher. Yes. So I turned and walked out the door. You're lying, insane, or a combination of the two. I have to get going now. This is not optional, she said to my back. Seems optional to me. I waved goodbye. Yeah, it wasn't optional. When I got back to my apartment, before I even got to the front door, 4 well-dressed men surrounded me. They showed me their FBI badges and hustled me into one of the 3 black SUVs parked in the complex parking lot. After 20